Before I start talking about my journey through college, I'll tell you a little bit about my involvement with Phi Theta Kappa. I come from Tau Iota chapter at Ocean County College, which is advised by the wonderful Dr. William Rickert, and I'm the current president of the chapter. Being a member, let alone an officer, for my college's chapter has brought so much joy to my life and countless memories I will always cherish. I never thought that I'd be standing here today without the help from my family, friends, and OCC faculty after my arduous journey. I'm so honored to be named a Silver Scholar of the All-USA Academic Team. I'm going to take you all back to a beautiful autumn day in October 2011. My friend and I were on a college tour at New York University, and I was falling in love with the campus. As far as I knew, my mother was at a grocery store job, and my grandmother was sitting at home watching Kathy Lee and Hoda on the Today Show. As I walked the streets of Lower Manhattan, I never saw what was in store for me when I returned home. I saw my mother crying on the patio, and she told me that my grandmother had suffered a massive heart attack that led her heart to only run on 15% efficiency. During the heart attack, she also suffered a stroke. When we raced to the hospital, so many emotions were going through my mind, and I couldn't help but wonder if I would be able to see my grandmother again. But I did, and she is alive and well today. The doctors took such great care of her and reacted so quickly and efficiently to improve her cardiac output that she bounced right back, even when suffering an additional 15 mini strokes after her open heart surgery. Shortly after graduating in 2012, I was on my way to a four-year university, the very first step into pursuing my dream as a physician. I saw the way the neurologists and cardiologists took care of my grandmother, and I decided that I was born to help people in the same way I witnessed them taking care of my grandmother. Unfortunately, I did not have the best semester there. I was made fun of, ignored, and constantly left out of the group. I felt like I didn't belong there for the first time in my life. I became withdrawn and continuously upset. I didn't even make it halfway through the semester when I withdrew from all my classes and came back home. The bullying really stuck with me for months. I became depressed and ashamed of potentially letting my family down. I had so many big, prestigious plans that I just threw away. I became anxious and would not even take part in family functions. I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety with panic disorder that left me emotionally and physically worn out. After months of feeling so low, I registered for Ocean County College to pursue a nursing degree. I thought about those 2 terrifying weeks with my grandmother, and I realized that it was always the nurse who was with my grandmother. Sure, the doctor did all the curing techniques, but the nurse shows so much care and compassion, the same I wish to share with others. The same care and compassion my family and friends gave to me in my own moment of weakness. I worked hard in all my classes and became particularly fond of anatomy and physiology. In the fall of 2013, I was selected to become a peer anatomy and physiology tutor, which later led to my national certification. I heard about Phi Theta Kappa during welcome week of my first semester at Ocean County College, and I was so eager to get an acceptance letter. Fortunately, I received my letter in the spring of 2014 and was shortly elected president of Tau Iota only 2 months later. Through Phi Theta Kappa, I was able to collaborate with so many students on campus who had the same passion to help others and volunteer their time to bring smiles to the faces of so many. As president of Phi Theta Kappa, I was able to communicate with professors, deans, students, and other community college chapters in order to help our community. I have never felt so included in my life. I find myself learning more and more about my community, my college, and myself every day. My leadership skills have flourished, my resilience never ceases, and most importantly, I always stay grounded. I never thought I would be leading a group of intelligent, giving individuals looking back on where I was almost 3 short years ago. I will always be proud of my decision to go back to school and never let anyone stand in the way of my dreams. I stepped out of my comfort zone. Michael Dell, the founder of Dell Incorporated, said something that truly resonated with me. As you start your journey, the first thing you should do is throw away that store-bought map and begin to draw your own. I stand here today so proud of how far I've come and overwhelmed with joy and how much Phi Theta Kappa has offered me. I'm grateful that I threw out that old beat-up map and started to draw my own future. Phi Theta Kappa allowed me to add so many stops along the way of my own journey. I don't know where this road will take me, but I can surely say Phi Theta Kappa has made it a long, beautiful ride. Thank you, everyone, for listening to my story.